Do you know why Alex Gladstein hates you so much? He criticized you for contributing to CMU to promote a scam or a shitcoin. This is just a great reflection of Alex and how irrational and crazy some of these critics are. The donation to the Carnegie Mellon University had literally nothing to do with Cardano. It was never mentioned once. I delivered a speech. The people there delivered a speech. There was a press release. Zero mention of Cardano because it was a personal donation. That's why it has my name on it. And it's all about the formalization of mathematics. Now, I don't think Alex actually understands a single thing about what that's even about and the point of it and the 100+ year quest that mathematicians have been on to chase this thing, or things like the QED manifesto, or how lean works, or AGDA works, or why these things produce value for science in society. I don't think Alex also understands that people can have different interests. I'd like to resurrect the woolly mammoth, and Colossal's doing a great job there. I do stuff in aquaculture. I do stuff with biotechnology with my brother and dad. We talk about exosomes and other things. Obviously, mathematics was a big part of my life because there was a long period of time that I thought I was going to end up being a professional mathematician. I can't contribute to that space because I'm too scattered and busy. And I was never a particularly good mathematician. So I figured, well, if I could take my resources and give it to people who have focus and who particularly are good mathematicians and give them better tools, as a system level, it'll have a much bigger impact. Now, did Alex care about any of that? No. He's just, it's just co-opting the brand of a great university to promote a shitcoin. It just shows you who he is and how small of a person he is and how narrow he is as a person and how limited his imagination and creativity is. And the only reason we're even talking about him is that he's managed to create some form of following. Okay. But at the end of the day, what has he built? At the end of the day, what does he contribute? What does he actually do? If the mission of the Hoskinson Center is successful, 30 years from now, most of modern mathematics will be mechanized in a way that's machine understandable and accessible from elementary school all the way up to the professional mathematician. And every single proof and attempt to learn about how to write proofs will be AI assisted. And we will be able to create a metacognition amongst all mathematicians of the world to basically work together, collaborate in ways we'd never dreamed possible before, and solve the unsolvable problems like the Riemann hypothesis and the Goldbach conjecture and so forth. That's the mission. Now, maybe we don't get there, but because of that investment, forever, that center is going to be able to fund postdocs and graduate students to pursue that mission. And the output of it will always be, by mandate, Creative Commons open source work. Every year, I'm going to give more money. And over time, the resources of the center will grow to an institute, and it'll have an enormous impact on the professional body of all mathematics. And graduate students of the future, this will be the pedagogy upon which they practice mathematics. What does that have to do with blockchain? Well, we could argue that we could take that technology and make a marketplace for deduction and liberate that process from the academy, and it's commercially useful. And we'll probably think about it, but at the moment, nothing. I've not even thought about it much. I mean, there's the QEditas project that Bill White gave me, and I said, I'll look into it, Bill. And this is kind of the spiritual successor of what Hilbert was trying to do and what Bill was trying to do. And every signatory of the QED manifesto, the people worked on Mizar, the people started with AutoMath. Alex could ask about that if he was actually curious, if he actually wanted to think about these problems and understand why they're beneficial, at least to mathematicians. He doesn't care because he's a small, sad man who would rather point fingers and attack people and stumble into rooms that he really knows nothing about. Guys, life is short. I've learned that lesson. And as I get older, I learn that, you have finite time to care and to invest and to give people the time of day. The single best piece of advice I can give you about life that I've learned is just don't care. It's like The Simpsons. They say, just don't look, and all the advertisements die. That's the same situation here. If you don't look at the billboard, the message goes away. And if you don't pay attention to the messenger, they fade away too. I can't change who has limited perception and who's a small man, and they can say whatever they want. The dogs bark, but the caravan will always move on.